just passed the first quarter of the season, and we 4-1 to start out. 4-1 with that one blemish being against the Miami Hurricanes. We moved up to 14 overall in the nation. We got Nada. Priest got us number 1 in interest. Everything's looking up. It's all looking solid. Wilkie Denard, American Defensive Player of the Week. 3 sacks, 3 tackles, 4 tackles for loss. He came through huge against UAB. Well, I was about to say USC. He came through huge against UAB. And we're on a bye. We're on a bye. And if y'all recall, if you've been watching this whole time, the way I set my schedule up, unfortunately, we're going back-to-back byes. So we got this bye week, then we got another bye week. So we're going to knock out a lot of scouting and check out a lot of other things, probably like stats, coaching, coaching traits, stuff like that. Get things knocked out that we wouldn't normally knock out during an actual regular season game and stuff like that, because the focus is getting ready for the week. But of course, we would knock out scouting and recruiting during everyday weeks. But on bye weeks, we gonna put a little bit more emphasis on recruiting, scouting, upgrading our coach, checking out statistics, things of that nature. So we started out with 180 hours to spare. We're down just like that. We're down to 80. We invested a lot in Connolly. Going to look. I'm still keeping Jasmine on my board just in hopes that he flips. I've never seen it happen before. I've heard of it happening before, but I've never personally seen it happen before. But just in case, I'm going to leave him up there. Why not? Why not? I'm going to leave him up there. We're going to invest time in these other guys that we have. So let's see. We schedule visits for Connolly and Samuel. Got 15 hours left for this week. We got BB who has a visit scheduled. Let's see. 15 hours. Do we got? He's staying pat where he's at. Well, we are as far as his interest is concerned. Priest as well. We're moving up. We've moved up for Priest. Rivera at fullback. Have no competition there. We're close to closing out on Silver. Cole has us 4th. So I guess maybe we can allocate some time towards him. I don't know. We're gonna revisit that. We'll come back to that. So Sawyer has us number 2. We're gonna go ahead and search social media and DM the player, and that's gonna be it for the scouting of this week. Or recruiting. Why do I keep messing it up and saying scouting? Recruiting. Now, scouting is a part of the recruitment process, but I keep getting that mixed up every time I get ready to talk about recruiting. So, conference standings. Right now, we're number 2 in the conference. Notre Dame is number 1. So, let's see. Is anything else I need to do? Anything else I need to knock out this week before I advance to the following bye? So top 25 standings. Oregon's number 1 at 4-0. Michigan's 2 at 3-0. Georgia's 3 at 3-0. Already checked out our conference standings. Let's see. Am I missing something? Roll ahead to bye week number 2. Rolling ahead to bye week number 2. And Connolly has us 4th on his list. I hate how they always go to the next menu quick. So just like that, from one bye week to the next, we go from 14 to 9th. So we're back in the top 10 in the nation. Connolly has us locked out. Unfortunately, we didn't seal the deal on that. McLeod has us 3rd. Samuel has us 2nd. Silver still has us 1st. Sawyer 2nd still. Camper 6th. So we got to gain some ground on some of these prospects. We fallen off a little bit. Championship contender status jumped up to A+. So we're creeping back up there, even though we haven't played in 2 weeks. And this will be our This will be our second bye week, so it'll be interesting to see if we stay where we at or if we advance ahead. Going on, I wonder who all lost during our bye week that enabled us to jump up like that. So as you can see, Niles Connolly, he has us locked out. So we have 155 hours to work with this week. I'll remove him. Still keeping Jasmine up there again in hopes that we can seal a deal on that one. So let's see, 155 hours. Who can we allocate that time towards? So currently we have 17 out of 35 prospects that we're targeting and that we're recruiting at the moment. So Sawyer, we already got him. No, we don't have him scheduled for a visit. Let's go ahead and get him in here for a visit. See, championship contender status. Yes, sir. That's a no-brainer. Let's see, Nick Harris. Leroy Nunn, he has us number 1. So I'm cool with the 15 hours we got allocated towards him. Rayshawn Pilgrim. What does his numbers look like? Speed 72, acceleration 86, strength 74. Not really big on him. Camper, that's the guy who has a 6th on his board. Goldwire, committed to Florida, so we'll go ahead and remove him. God, a lot of these corners and DBs that I've been targeting is either locking us out, committing to other schools, whatever. We gotta reevaluate some things. So Jamerson Yoke, free safety. Well, while we have the time, might as well invest in some of these guys we got on here. I probably should go back to the prospect list and add more prospects to the list. I'm not sure what I want to do just yet because, again, I don't want to put myself in a position where I have to cut players that I don't want to cut the following season. So we're going to go ahead and schedule him for a visit and invest more hours in him. So we got 50 hours left to work with for this week. Camper. So he has a 6. What's his numbers looking like? Not good enough. Let's see. None. Might as well go ahead and try to seal the deal on him while we have a chance. While we're right there before anybody can catch up to us, try to pass us up. So before we advance, damn, Purdue knocked off Michigan, huh? 27-20. Okay, so Heisman watch. What we looking like? Any of our guys up there yet? They still don't have any of our guys up there. But that's understandable. Like I said, we started out the season slow. Look at Dion Willett. He's down there. He's in a Heisman Trophy race. That irks my nerves, considering that we lost to Miami. So their quarterback has Heisman attraction, should I say, over our quarterback, Kiki Nadoma. Even though I feel like I have to go back and look at the stats, but even though I feel like Nadoma is having a better season. So, yeah, they did have a couple teams lose out of that top 25, which gave us leeway to jump in there. So Nadoma has 11 touchdowns to 3 interceptions on the season. 1,237 yards, averaging 247 yards passing a game. He's got 43 rushing. Willingham has 435 yards receiving. Sands has 291. Marcelin has 6.5 sacks. Denard has 6.5. Lee has 3.5. Ellis has 2. Pierce has 3 picks. Goggins has 3 picks. So defense is having a banner year so far. Offense is a little slow-footed, but we're getting there. But we're going to go ahead and cut it short right there. Again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. If you're here for the first time or you're returning and you haven't liked or subscribed already, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed with this Florida Atlantic Dynasty rebuild as well as other college football 25 content. Again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. That's been my time. Till next time. Peace.